Welcome to the Genius Talk podcast. I'm your host Atul Raj from the bestemailmarketer.com, and today we have Magic Barclay with us. So, Magic, thank you so much for joining and welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Okay, so for our listeners who don't know you, can you tell them who you are and what you do?
Yep. So I'm the lead practitioner of Holistic Natural Health Australia. I basically treat root cause of chronic illness and I make functional medicine blends of essential oils as well.
Okay. So, what inspired you to get into that?
My own health journey, really, multiple chronic illnesses that nearly killed me, and then just trying to find a better way, a more natural way, and a more sustainable way.
Can you walk through like what exactly happened?
Yeah. So, first of all, I had a huge weight issue, massive. And I knew something was wrong with my thyroid, but I wasn't getting any answers from mainstream medicine. I was actually being dismissed, told that I had Munchausen's, that I was attention seeking, that I just needed to exercise more and eat less. And none of that was working. So, that was the first problem. Then, when I was hit with a lot of extra stress, that became a lot worse. I developed Cushing's disease. I developed cancer of the thyroid, and my metabolic syndrome was so bad that I actually had a minor heart attack and a stroke. So, whilst recovering from that, I got bitten by a tick and got Lyme disease as well. It was just all a snowball of hellish conditions, chronic illnesses. We call it polyautoimmunity because they were autoimmune, but there was more than one of them. And that basically made me start turning my life around.
Okay. So, what is the root cause of that?
For me, a lot of it was stress. So my thyroid was a symptom of the issue. And the issue was that my whole endocrine system was unbalanced, dysregulated, and just not working. And so no system of the body works alone. So it wasn't just my endocrine system. It was my immune system, my cardiovascular system, my lymphatic system. There's a whole lot of the big systems of the body that were all trying to save me. But in the end, I was the only one that could really save me and help those systems do their job.
Okay, so in simple terms, what is PNE of trauma?
Yeah, so PNEI is psycho-neuro-endocrine-immunology. Now, I just said no system works alone. So P is your thoughts, feelings, and emotions from your limbic brain, the center of your brain. That sends messages to your nervous system, the N. So, of course, my nervous system was completely out of whack. And, my thoughts, feelings, and emotions were sending that off the pathway it should have been on. And so the nervous system then needs to feed the endocrine system the messages. And so, of course, my endocrine system was really dysregulated. And so what happens there is it doesn't stop at the endocrine. It actually goes towards your immune system. And that's when autoimmunes come into play. So those four systems really, really work closely. And this PNEI pathway has been shown time and time again to be a big issue for so many people.
Okay, so what do people get wrong about diagnosis?
Well, first thing is a diagnosis is a label. It's not who you are. It's not what you are. It's not your fault. And it is just a label. Okay. A diagnosis is telling you what might be the problem and what systems may be involved. When people chase the diagnosis or chase the symptoms of a diagnosis, they're not treating root cause. So that diagnosis came from somewhere. Where did cancer come from? Where did autoimmune come from? Where did everything that we're diagnosed with come from? And that's what we need to treat, not the diagnosis itself. It's just a label, just a header to give us a direction to go.
Okay, so how do you define autoimmunity?
Yeah, autoimmune is not your body attacking itself, like we're led to believe. It's just an imbalance of the immune system. Now, there are several types of immune system. So autoimmune means you're stuck in one of those types. You're supposed to swing in and out of all of them. They all have a reason and a purpose. But it just means that you're stuck and your body is trying to keep you safe the best way it knows how. And each immune type is driven by a different factor or cofactors. So that's what we need to treat first. We need to switch it back the other way, depending on which type you're stuck in. And we need to encourage our innate immune system, the one that we're born with, to be doing its job and be protecting us. Autoimmune is just a stuck immune type.
Okay. What quietly damages the immune system daily?
Look, a lot of things that we do affect our immune system daily. The water we drink, the food that we eat, the thoughts that we think, the things that we put on our skin, our exposure to molds, our exposure to pathogens, infections, pregnancy affects it. There's a lot of things that we're doing every single day that really have an effect on our immune system. And so it's not a one-size-fits-all approach when we're looking at immune health. We have to look at what is best for us at the time, not us, and that's a blanket solution, us at the time. What is your body being threatened by, being influenced by, or being infected by?
Okay, so how does understanding the body system help to understand a diagnose?
Look, as I said, the diagnosis is a label, somewhere to point us in the right direction. Understanding the body systems doesn't have to be complicated. Basically, every single system in your body wants one thing. It wants less toxicity. So understanding that there's a lot of things we can do to create less toxicity to help every system of the body, whilst using the diagnosis as that signpost, as I said, that header to head us in the right direction.
Okay, so when you said toxicity, like what produces that?
Everything in your body, everything outside your body. So every mechanism of action, so everything that our cells do in the body can create toxicity. And, we're full of living things. So every living thing produces waste. This is why the lymphatic system is so important, because it's our waste removal system. But everything around us creates toxicity. As we're sitting here doing this podcast, we're around, routers and lights and all this kind of thing, carpets and curtains, they're all creating toxicity as well. Our food and our water creates toxicity, and so do our thoughts and feelings and emotions. So there's a lot of things that create toxicity that we're exposed to every single day. And it's not about having a perfect, clean life. That's absolutely impossible. It's just totally not going to happen. But it's about supporting your body the best way you can to clear out that toxicity that accumulates every day.
How does mold affect the body and why it is so dangerous?
Yeah, so mold is a decomposer. It has one job in the world, and that is to break things down. So it does the same to us. Okay. And mold, when we're exposed to it, a lot of people think they should bleach it, paint it, take out a piece of the wall, take out a piece of the floor, throw out the carpet, whatever. That's only treating part of it, because mold sends spores into the air. So it's now in your furnishings, it's on your pets, it's on you, it's in you, it's absolutely everywhere. So once we're exposed to mold, we really have to treat it properly so that we can reduce the spores and reduce the total effect on our health.
Okay, so what medical or pathogenic interventions can destroy our immune system?
A lot. So, we've heard
Okay.
over the past 40 years about antibiotic resistance in the world. Antibiotics were issued so much that some of the biggest pathogens now are completely resistant to it. So, you can go to a hospital and become really ill from a strep or a staph infection, and antibiotics won't touch it. So, there's antibiotics, there's statins, there's a lot of things that we take medically that can cause big, big issues. What we need to do is take them when we need them, but balance our body and treat our body so that we can recover from everything that we do to it.
Okay, can you walk us through the process of working with you and how you help people?
Yeah, definitely. So people go to our website and they fill out a form for a root cause analysis, or RCA. What happens is we get the request and we send you a 37-page questionnaire. Anywhere in the world, you get sent it. Now, once you've filled that out, we ask you to take a couple of days and get it back to us 2 days before your root cause analysis call, because it takes us quite a while to go through that, deep dive it, especially if you're on medications. We need to look up every medication, every mechanism of action of the medication, every interaction of medications. So there's a lot there that we have to look at. Then we do the call. Anywhere around the world, we can do it by phone or by Zoom, and that's about 45 to 50 minutes. Now, that's all free. So once we've done that, we send you the findings, and the findings will tell you what your immune type is, what is going on inside your body, what some of the major issues are that we've found, and that's from your history. So that's all free. Then we might offer you to work with us, or we might say, hey, you've got some information, here's someone else that you need to go and see, or, you might just want to stick with mainstream medicine, and that's fine. But it's your body and you have every right to know what's going on in it.
Okay, so for our listeners who want to connect with you, get some help, where can they go?
Our website is www.holisticnaturalhealth.com.au. We are based in Australia, so don't forget the .au, and it's holistic with a W, so we treat with holism. Every system of the body works together, and so it's holistic with a W.com.au.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Yeah, look, the main thing that I really want people to know is getting sick is not your fault. Okay, you didn't ask for this. It's just something that's happened. It's not who you are. It's not because you brought it on yourself. It's always something that we can treat, but you need to detach from it. It is not your fault. It is not who you are.
Okay, Magic, thank you so much for joining, and it was really great having you here.
Thank you so much. I've really liked it. Thanks.